Good morning from the office. I am your host, BKP, and I am glad to be here. It's 8:01 on the East Coast. Up All Night. What's the song? I should have found a song. Up All Night, yes. I stayed up to about 2:45. Probably did not fall asleep. I don't know if I fell asleep, but 2:45. Got back up at 4:55. Wanted to see how the CNNs of the world and the MSNBCs were spinning things around. So a couple hours sleep, but I'm very. I'm not out there like I don't know. I feel like I slept 10 hours. Really, I feel good. I feel really good. I'm okay with the election results, and I know. Oh, easy before you yell. Because I understand them. I understand the election results. I'm your host, BKP. If you would like to get in on the conversation, I want to welcome all the Democrats that are watching this morning. I will want to welcome you because I know there's many of Democrats in North Georgia that are tuned in this morning to say how to look and want to listen to how is he going to maneuver through this one. It's going to be simple. Real simple. I am not interested in coming in here for 2 hours and doing the round table and trying to tell you what this means and that means. And we are not going to run with the blame game for 2 hours. Although some comments you may think that I'm blaming somebody. No. Because see, we have a Democrat Party that does not recognize the truth. And we have a Republican Party this morning that better understand and accept the truth. Truth is a dangerous thing in politics. So yes, did I miss a couple here and there? Am I a fraction off here and there on the tea leaves? Do I still believe that polls are not accurate? Yes, I do not believe in the polls no more than I did yesterday. I'm not a believer today. The media has not made me a believer in anything the media is doing out there. So I'm your host, BKP. If you'd like to be on the show, 706-889-9700. You can email us, chief@fetchernews.com. Also, there's all the ways to follow us on social media. So we're going to get into the governor's race. We got a lot to do in 2 hours, but 8:30 this morning, we're going to have 9th Congressional District Congressman Doug Collins will be with us. And Congressman Collins, a big win last night. He had a big win. He will be going back for the 4th term. I'm pretty sure it's a 4th term. The 9th District overwhelmingly is sending him back for a 4th term there. And we're going to have him on the show at 8:30. But who is going to be the minority leader in the House? Who will now be minority leader for Republicans? And what's it going to be like to legislate from the opposite side? Or can you legislate from the opposite side? What will Nancy and her crew do? Yes, I told you she will be Speaker of the House, but I want to move past that. We're going to just let's show number 20. If you have that ready, give me number 20 there. Yes, the blue. All right, there's the blue colleagues. Adam Schiff, Nadler. Schiff wants Donald Trump's tax returns. Oh, yes, he wants his tax returns. He will keep, Adam Schiff will keep the Russian investigation going and going and going. Nadler there wants to impeach Kavanaugh still, although the Republican Senate has grown to much bigger numbers as we predicted, primarily maybe because of the Kavanaugh hearings. But there's Nadler. He will want to impeach Kavanaugh. He said that, and the President of the United States, that'll be his job. And there's the lovely Maxine Waters that says she will get even. She will get revenge, all right? And it's her turn, and she will be chair of the Financial Oversight Committee. Can you see this brainless, I'm going to stay nice and focused today. This brainless representative that has been so divisive has instructed people to go into restaurants and attack people in President Donald Trump's administration or the Republicans. She has been a divider. Wants to impeach 45, where yells impeach 45, said she will get revenge, and she will now be the chair of the House Financial Oversight Committee. Now, what does that mean? Every single day when she gets up, she could subpoena. She can demand that the heads of all of these financial institutions come to Congress and answer her questions. Wait till she gets these financial institutions of the big banks and all of them in there. Wait till she gets them in there and just starts, I mean, there you go. So there are the three in the House of Representatives that will keep the airwaves busy for you know who. I want a picture if you have it, Josh. I know I just sent them over. Congressman Doug Collins will be our guest this morning at 8:30. We'll ask him what it's going to be like. We'll congratulate him on his big win and then ask him what it's going to be like to go back. I want to ask this question of you this morning, okay? Now, I received this question from a viewer approximately, let's see, well, actually, it's last Wednesday. Last Wednesday, I received this question. And I held on to it. I didn't answer the question to the viewer. Did not answer it. Didn't do it. I held on to it and I said, let's see what happens in the last week. All right? And the question to me, or the statement that this viewer sent me, is it just me, or is the only Republican out there actually fighting and campaigning to win these midterm elections President Donald J. Trump? Is it just me, the viewer says, or is Trump the only Republican out there? Well, there's two things to that answer. Let me answer that question today. It looked as though Trump was the only one out there on the Republican Party. There were a lot of things Republicans in the House could have done that they did not do. But remember, no matter what, it's what the media reported. So let me say this before we get in too deep this morning on the attempt to steal the Georgia governor's race by Stacey Abrams' campaign. Let me say this. What did you hear reported? Okay? What did you hear reported? You heard the media spin in the last 4 or 5 days that Paul Ryan begged the president, made a phone call to Donald J. Trump, and begged the president to talk about the economy. You heard through the media that Trump just said, no, Paul, I'll do my own thing. My base likes to hear caravan wall and, lock her up. That's what was reported. Keep that in mind. What the media kept saying is, wow, there's such good economic numbers, why won't the president use them? No, folks, he did use those. He did use it on the campaign trail. It's what the media reported. The media pulled out of the rallies what they wanted to lead the narrative with. They left the economy out. So it's not this, it's very simple. It's not why didn't Trump talk more about the economy? The real question is, why didn't the news in this country report on the economy? Not report on Trump even talking about the economy. Why didn't they report on the economy? Why didn't they assemble big groups like they do to break down whether Donald Trump told the truth about something? Why didn't they put the groups together to talk about the successes of the economy? Why didn't CNN do a panel of 4 black business leaders and let them discuss whether they like the economy or not that Trump's administration has is going on right now during the president's administration? Why didn't they assemble minority leaders like from the Latino community, the black community, and ask them if they're satisfied with this new economy? Why not? So before you hear all day long, that's what we will not do on this show, how Trump did not talk about the economy. And Trump is realizing this morning he made a mistake by not highlighting the economy. Before you say that over and over and over, remember one thing. It wasn't Trump who did not talk about the economy. It was the media that did not report on the economy. They suppressed the vote from the economy. They're the true vote suppression. They're the true vote manipulators, and they are the true misleading, lying media that they are. So we're not doing that all day. We're not going to get into the House if Trump would have said this, okay? Any Republican House member, okay, that says, hey, you know what? If the president would have said this, I may have won the House. The president of the United States did not lose the House of Representatives last night. Simple. Okay? He did not. The president won big last night. And now we Republicans, I won't say we Republicans. Let's just say we conservatives out here, we can strengthen the courts. We know they legislate from the bench. And that is probably where one of the biggest things that we need to keep doing for the future of our country is removing these left-leaning judges and making sure to strengthen the court. So we have all the power. We needed 60 for all the power we need, but we have the power to do a lot of good things on the Senate side. And one, Mitch McConnell knows that the new Senate that has been elected, the new members are Trumpian, as they call it, senators. We no longer have, the good news this morning for us is we no longer have to wait on Lisa Murkowski. And we no longer have to cringe and chew our fingernails wondering what Susan Collins will do. Okay? And we no longer have to worry this morning. Let's look at the upside if you're a Republican. Get away from the down in the mouth. Don't just tune out now. If you're all down in the mouth, tune out, all right? We don't have to worry anymore about Jeff Flake making a deal. The next Supreme Court justice out there that's appointed, we don't have to worry about in the confirmation hearings, Jeff Flake saying, I will vote yes if you will do this for my friends on the don't have to worry about it. We don't have to worry about little Bobby Corker coming down the aisle, all right? And, you know, people may say, well, this is not very respectful, but, you know, it is what it is. We don't have to worry about John McCain giving us a thumbs down on the health care that we could have had something to campaign on. We don't have to worry about it. So there's some good, strong, solid gains for the president. President also was able to see in his campaign rallies that he has a pathway to 2020, where he will have the Florida, Ohio, okay, we'll be back strong. We'll go over a lot of that in a minute. We have 8:15. We have the Congressman Doug Collins going to be on here in just a minute. Let me get to, yes, you are wondering about Georgia. So Georgia, we understand they're waiting for. And Josh, let me ask you a question. Do you have, would you happen to have, like, can you get me like number 29? Just whenever I need number 29 there. And then we'll start at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll go into the local counties. All right, so if you can get me number 29. Now, supposedly, oh, there it is. Thanks, Josh. All right, Josh got me number 29. Supposedly, right there is Stacey Abrams. This is what we're looking at right now. You're looking at 48.3% and 50.7% for Brian Kemp. I did say that Kemp would have a larger win, and some things that I've said in the past did happen. Some rural votes came in for Stacey Abrams that would not have in the past. Okay, there's going to be people. It's not going to be the show. There's going to be people that's going to break down every county, tell you what happened in 2014, tell you what happened in 16, tell you what happened in 18, and they're going to work on that for weeks. But this morning we just want to go over the general things and where we stand. So Abrams is 48.3, Kemp is 50.7. Okay, now Georgia is a 50+1. You have to have 50% of the vote, and then the next person in casts the vote for Brian Kemp, he wins. Okay, you got to have a majority. What the Abrams campaign now is hopeful. They did not concede the race last night, and Brian Kemp did not give a victory speech. They are hopeful in the absentee ballots. Now, this is where the corrupt machine that the Abrams campaign assembled with the New Georgia Project will kick in. This is what all of the money that poured in is ready for. This is exactly why. Let's go to number 1. Okay, now this is what you're looking at if you're clicking on the Secretary of State site this morning. I don't think it's changed in the last hour. You're looking at 99% in. You're looking at Brian Kemp, 50.42. Stacey Abrams, 48.64. And Ted Metz, 94.94. Not even a percent there. You're looking at a total of 3,898,180 votes cast. So Stacey Abrams is not looking for enough votes to overcome Brian Kemp's lead. Okay, what thin margin it is. Stacey Abrams is looking for enough votes to get him at 49.99999, but not 50. Okay, so Abrams' campaign's hope right now is to get Brian Kemp pushed down to that 49.9999 whatever. And in that, saying that it's absentee ballots that are being counted. Now you heard this, and I'm going to move on from this because we're going to have to keep an eye on it today. But you heard all through, and if the broadcast is going on and Stacey Abrams throws in the towel or something is announced, send me a message. Help me keep up with this, 706-889-9700. But at the same time, what they're hoping for now is the absentee ballots. And I'm wondering, okay? Now, here's what happened yesterday in Georgia. So much national news, okay? ABC, NBC, MSNBC, Chuck Todd, they all came in. All of the money poured in. Soros, Steyer, Bloomberg, the Hollywood money came in. Oprah Winfrey, Barack Obama, Eric Holder, okay? The Democrat Redistricting Committee, NDRC, the National Democrat Redistricting Committee. You remember when Eric Holder was down there somewhere in Georgia and he said, we kick them. He was doing a training there, okay? So they all poured into this state and they know what to do here. They know what to do. They knew months ago when this campaign really heated up, all right? They knew to strike voter suppression fear. They knew to file the lawsuits. They knew to yell it. They knew to get the national media to yell it. Okay? They knew that all along. exact match. All right? Remember now, don't forget, a judge just last week, a judge ruled, thank God, I think it's a federal judge, all right? I'm pretty sure it's a federal judge, correct me if I'm wrong, ruled that if the absentee ballot's signature does not match, they still have to count it. Well, they still have to count it. They made a big deal out of exact match. Remember that. They got to count that ballot. Now, my question this morning is, how many absentee ballots will the Abrams campaign be able to find? Oh, there's those 8 boxes in the back. We didn't see those over there. I don't know. How many will they be able to find around Metro Atlanta? How many absentee? How many will? The real question is will we be able to find the people that sent in the absentee ballots? Let's say every 1,000 absentee ballots sent in, it takes 2 weeks for investigators to go out door to door and say, hey, do you live here? Is this you? I don't know how they do it. But it's not how many they will find. Maybe can we find the ones that send them in? I don't know. So the absentee ballots, they're pouring through those now. They had a judge strike down the exact match of the signature. It doesn't have to match who sent them in. The New Georgia Project did videos of how simple. We have shows here. Josh knows it too. We have shows here where we went through and showed you how the New Georgia Project was showing them how to fill out their absentee ballot. Oh, yeah. They had people lined up. So what will happen today, I don't know. Abrams did not concede the race. Kemp has not said he's victorious in the race. And Abrams right now wants that 50.42. She doesn't want the win today. She doesn't want the win. She'd like to, but she knows she's not getting the win. She just wants that 50.42 back down to 49.999999, and then there's a runoff. She wants the runoff. So we'll get into that in a minute, okay? And let's go to number 2. Number 2, this is what Lieutenant Governor looks like right now at 99% reporting. 51.83 for Jeff Duncan. Okay, that's Lieutenant Governor, what it looks like this morning in Georgia. Let's go to number 3. Number 3, this looks like it's going to a runoff. I don't know how we're going to get out of that. This looks like a runoff between Brad Raffensperger and John Barrow, the Democrat. Looks like going to be a runoff. This is going to be an interesting race in Georgia. Now, you got to understand, once the other races are over, if this is a runoff, the national media will run in and love everything in the world to make John Barrow the next Secretary of State. Why would they want him to be the next Secretary of State? Look at the outcrying about the current Secretary of State in elections. What more would the Democrats want? They love that Secretary of State's office. So that looks like it may be a runoff. Let's go to number 4. We got 2 minutes for it, Congressman, a couple minutes here. Chris Carr, 51. Number 5, that's the Attorney General. Okay, Commissioner of Agriculture, Gary Black. That looks like the numbers this morning that we have for Gary Black. Let's go to number 6. That looks like Insurance Commissioner Jim Beck is at 50.56. Let's go to number 7. Number 7, Speaker David Ralston has won 84.33% over Rick Day, 15.67, 24,913. But look at that. There is 3,900 votes that Rick Day did get, that Ralston did not have an opponent last time. Let's look at number 8. Number 8, Doug Collins, 79.58. But Josh McCall got 20%, 20.42. In the 9th District of Georgia, 57,556 people pulled the lever for Josh McCall. Starting to put it together, and let's look, last but not least, number 9. The last one. Karen Handel, 49. Lucy McBath right now. For some reason, now this is an hour ago. I got to go check. This was an hour ago. For some reason, only 67% in, but she shows to be behind at that time and too close to call. I'm your host, BKP. When we get back, send me a message, 706-889-9700 with your thoughts, chief@FetcherNews.com. When we return, Congressman Doug Collins will be with us.